go measure this time. So a couple of teaspoons. Again, if you want it sweeter, add more. But if you add too much, it's tough. You've added too much. It's too sweet. And I think it's actually nicer when you're eating foods that aren't sugar. Like, I don't know what you think, but I think we just eat too much. There's too many sweet things, and it's actually nice when the palate gets used to things that aren't quite so sweet. It's actually nice to have some bitter foods. We don't eat enough bitters, and for the digestion, just getting some bitter leaves into our diet, or bitter herbs, bitter foods. We've kind of ended up, a whole race of people that respond to salt and sugar. That's what we respond to. Everything's geared up for everything we buy to be salty or sugary. And I think we've kind of forgotten we have all these digestive problems, and a lot of it's to do with the fact that we don't have enough bitters in our diet. There's some great products that we have here. The Swedish bitters, the bitter herbs. Lots of. If Deanna was here, I'm sure she'd rhyme off half a dozen bitter herbs. Gentian.
Angry story bitters.
Well, we're back to booze again, back to alcohol. All routes lead back to.
I'm sure you could have made chocolate martinis tonight.
Espresso martinis, really nice.
Sorry,
You know what? There's a whole new talk here. There's a whole new.
It's evolving.
We have some wonderful organic spirits as well, actually. I think Steve here is not adverse to making an organic Bloody Mary with some Viridian breadfruit blend and some organic vodka. Whizzed up. I'm going to. I hope I've got. I think we should have enough here, but again, if you want to try this, so this is just warm. We've. Yeah, it's just to give people a taste. Because a lot of these commercially bought cacao, like green and black, which actually is healthier compared to a lot, but a lot of these commercially produced cacao powders are again processed and heat treated, and a lot of them have got milk powder added to them, so dairy, and actually not that good for you. I'm going to have a taste of this myself. I hope it's
Sheila?
Yeah. Did everybody get a?
And what did you make that? It's the right amount of sweetness.
Yeah, you just want it warm. Yeah, you just want it warm because obviously if you raise that temperature, the idea is to have this as a live raw drink. But equally, you could be adding a spoonful of that cacao powder into say a mango and banana smoothie and whiz it up.
Yeah.
You could add it into the blender and have a nice, a chocolate milkshake with this, with a few crushed ice cubes, coconut milk, or your favourite rice milk, soy milk, whatever your favourite is, or dairy if you're having dairy,
But the advantage of that is that it doesn't curl. That's one.
No, it doesn't. That is fantastic, because a lot of people who are drinking soy will say, I like my cup of coffee, but the minute I put soy in, it curdles, it goes funny. This doesn't. This mixes just fantastically with hot drinks. So, although tonight's about raw, we do realise that people don't always have raw foods in their diet. You'll have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and you want to have some milk in, but you don't want dairy. You want something that will be complement to the coffee, and mixes well. Coconut milk. Now, I know the chocolate's a strong flavour, but you maybe get the sense that you don't taste the coconut from that. You're tasting the chocolate, not the coconut. So it's a mild kind of flavour. It's not, people expect it to be really coconutty, it's not.
It probably lets you taste the chocolate more than milk, actually, more than ordinary
Yeah.
milk.
Well, probably because, you know, milk, Kathy mentioned this the other day there, that when she's heating milk up, there's a smell comes off dairy, you know, and it was that smell that first put me off drinking milk. I mean, I was young. I was something like 5, 6 years old. Little pints of milk at school on the radiators, heated up in the winter because it frozen. And by the time it came break time, you could smell this. You know, the lids were rising off the milk because it had frozen, and you could smell this. And of course, you don't have a choice. You're 5, 6 years old. You're at school. You've got to drink it. And it's like I could almost feel myself, you know, being sick. And that was really the start, you know. And of course, when you're that age, it's difficult to say, well, I don't want to have this. You get brought up on it. But as soon as I was able to make a choice, I say, I don't want dairy. It's having a bad effect on me, you know. And it's that kind of smell. And you're right, you know. You can. Dairy's got this smell, taste, and what we really want to taste, to come through, is the chocolate, the cacao. We want to taste that real, you know, lovely, vibrant, raw taste of cacao. It's got a vibrancy. It's energetic. You know, it's alive, and it makes you feel good. The feel-good factor in this other stuff, if you tried it, wasn't the chocolate. It was the sugar. That's what was making you feel, oh, I feel good on that. It was the sugar. That's what was giving you the kick. So, do you get a sense now that, you know, with the raw chocolate, there's so much you can do. Hot drinks, into smoothies, and we're just using the powder at this stage. This, you see how long this is taking. This, you know, this is not a quick process. We've taken a while to melt this down. Now, what and this water is like barely warm. You know, it's barely warm, and it's taken a while to melt this down. So what you can do, I mean, I've got proper chocolate molds that I bought that create little bars of chocolate with the little squares, and they look fantastic, you know, and they're great fun to use to make chocolate. But you don't have to have anything fancy. When you start making this, just have a go at it. You know, you can use ice cube molds. They're fantastic. The little silicone ones, you know, those kind of really bendy, rubbery silicone ones, they're brilliant because you can just squeeze the chocolate back out when it's set. But I don't even bother with that either. It's like, I mean, I haven't done enough of this here tonight to fill one of these, but this is all I use. It's a non-stick tray that's available anywhere, any of the department stores. And I should bring out my own. Yeah, Alan's on range of.
Kitchen utensils,
Yeah,
paper,
yeah.